Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well. So today we are going to discuss the next copy of our Aspire for Agriculture test series. So you all know that we had Aspire for Agriculture test series in which we had 14 tests, and from test number 9 to 14 we had full tests, and 1 to 8 we had sectional tests. So today we are going to discuss the next test, that is section B of test 12. We have already discussed till section A of test 12. Okay, and today we will be discussing section B, and I must let you know that by analyzing this type of copies, it can be very impactful in your answer writing journey. You can learn about introduction, conclusion, the structural part of the answers, and that could be very helpful. You can learn from the mistakes of this student, so that helps. Okay, and I will be discussing more on the structure part. Okay, and if you want to uh, read the answers detail by detail, you can simply pause the video and read the answers. I will be mostly focusing on the structural part, and I will be discussing important points, but I will be not reading everything line by line. So if you want to, please pause and read it. And actually there are two facets of answer writing. First of all is how to write. So in this series we will be focusing on how to write, that is structural part. And the second facet is what to write. So basically this is basically knowledge important part. So that I have covered in my agriculture optional answer writing test answer writing practice videos. Okay, that is covered in static videos. So if you are having conceptual problem of conceptual clarity, you are not knowing the facts, you are not knowing about the topics, so you can first refer them, and then you can analyze these types of copies. So that could be very helpful to you. Okay, so let's start. So the first question is explain how technology is improving the efficiency of public distribution system in country. So basically in the introduction part, the student has uh, written about technology in PDS, that obviously it will be helpful for easy and equitable distribution and access to PDS commodities. So what I would prefer, I would have not written too much on technology here, because that I will be writing in body. So in the introduction part, what I just write about PDS, what PDS is, and you can also add some problems, okay, which are present in PDS, some challenges which you will address in the body part, how technology can solve those problems. So this could be one approach. Now, role of technology, obviously, it can be help in authentication, identification of beneficiaries. Generally, you can say it will help in preparation of smart cards, EPDS portal. It will increase transparency and accountability in the PDS. We know there are a lot of corruption and leakages issue in PDS, so that will be solved. Mobile app integration, real-time inventions, DBT, direct benefit transfers, smart PDS. So all these things can be written in the answer, and I think well written. So, and again, when concluded, how modernization in PDS can help in preventing of leakage and data and improve efficiency of the system. So well in conclusion. So in conclusion, you should not give too much of emphasis. Just try to write some positive statements. As any, and don't think that you are thinking for 4 or 5 minutes just to write conclusion. Conclusion should be 30 seconds, 40 seconds, 2 lines. Okay, that is enough. And try to be positive in conclusion. Now the next question is, write the symptoms and management of late blight and golden cyst nematode of potato. So obviously you should know all the important crops, their diseases, their package of practices, all these things should be known to you, because every year you will find 3-4 questions related to package of practices, diseases. So you should be well prepared. So I think in the introduction part, the student has mentioned about late blight and golden cyst. Okay, the and the symptoms have been mentioned. Obviously there will be spots, there will be some pale green halos. Okay, so all these things are the symptoms. You can simply pause and do it. There will be discoloration, there will be decay. So all these things are common symptoms. Black license management have been mentioned. How can we manage? We can manage disease free seed potatoes, we can remove and destroy heavily infected plants, we can do soil solarization, we can use some resistant varieties. And whenever you are writing resistant varieties, try to give some examples, as the student is given here, about Khufri Naveen, Khufri Jeevan, Khufri Alankar. So good. Now the same thing has been done for golden cysts. The causal organism, symptoms and management have been written. So if you want to, you can simply pause and read it. Wilting, poor root development, golden orange brown spots or cysts. Now again, management, simple similar points: soil solarization, fumigation. So all these things can be done. Again, resistant varieties such as Kofuri Swarna. So this was the second question. And now the next question is, what is the scenario of hunger and malnutrition in the country? Discuss the initiatives taken by government for their mitigation. So I think here very good introduction. This one has mentioned about global hunger index. This question is directly on hunger, and its score or India's score has been mentioned. India's rank has been mentioned, that is 111th. I think currently it is 105th if I am not mistaken. Please do recheck it. Okay, and all these things have been mentioned. Now scenario have been mentioned. Obviously, high prevalence. We have poor rank. Okay, there are a lot of problems in children such as stunting, malnutrition, anemia in women. That has been listed here. Stunting and wasting. Causes have been mentioned. Obviously, poverty is one major cause. You need to get PDS, poor sanitation. Regional disparities have been mentioned. Some states are good while some states such as Bihar, Madhya Pradesh are not doing that well. Anemia has been mentioned. Limited access to balanced diet, poor crop yield. So I think all the fair points have been mentioned, and I think government initiatives in, have been mentioned in the conclusion part, that is Poshan Abhiyan, TDPS, and Anemia Mukt Bharat, but that is fair midday meals. All these are government initiatives. Now let's move to the next question. The next question is, discuss the importance of fruits and vegetables in human nutrition. So obviously, the fruits and vegetables are rich in vitamins, minerals, antioxidants. So you all know it. The importance have been mentioned. They provide vital vitamins and minerals. Examples very good: vitamin C from anola, vitamin A from papaya mango, iron from drumstick leafy vegetables. So very good. Disease prevention, obviously. It will do it. Aid in digestion, low calorie intake, preparing a balanced diet, gut and eye health. Okay, decrease inflammation. So I think well written points. You can simply pause it, and I think you all are able to write it. Fruits and vegetables are important. It is not that so much in depth you should know. If you know basic knowledge, if you have basic knowledge on it, you can simply write it. And I think in the introduction, in the conclusion part about ICMR, that is Indian Council of Medical Researchers, have been mentioned that we should eat at least 300 grams of vegetable and 100 grams of fresh fruits daily. So well written. Now the next question is, explain the properties and functions of enzymes in plants. So obviously enzymes are defined in the introduction part, and then properties have been mentioned. So what enzymes are? They are proteins that act as biocatalysts. So generally they speed up the chemical reactions. Now properties are obviously catalytic activity. They are specific. They have bind to the active sites. They have cofactors and coenzymes, sensitivity to environmental conditions. Okay. Functions have been mentioned. Obviously, enzymes are used in photosynthesis, such as rubisco in respiration. Okay, and you can see the examples of enzymes have been well mentioned, so that is good. Carbohydrate metabolism, such as amylase, protein metabolism, such as protease, or you can say protein synthesis. Okay, so all these things have been well written. You can simply pause and read it, and you can note down the examples also if you don't have written in your notes or in your answers. So this was the question. And then now the next question is, describe the process of anaerobic respiration and explain the factors affecting respiration. So basically respiration is two types, aerobic and anaerobic. And anaerobic respiration is the respiration that is happening in the absence of oxygen. So that is well defined. And now process have been mentioned of anaerobic respiration. Okay, first glycolysis, and I think this is very good diagram. The reaction has been seen. Fermentation have been mentioned. You can read it if you want to. You can see the diagrammatic representation is very good. So obviously this will fetch you marks. I think well written points. And then factors affecting respiration have been mentioned. Obviously temperature, oxygen level, carbon dioxide concentration, water, light, moisture content. So all these affects respiration, and all these things have been mentioned. Glucose level, microbial contamination. So good. Now the next question is, discuss in detail the package of practices for turmeric cultivation. So obviously turmeric, you all know, is a very major crop in India, and you should know that around 70% of global production and 70% of global export of turmeric is from India only. Okay, and there are various turmeric species which have got GI tags such as Lakadong turmeric of Meghalaya. I'm not sure the name, but you should check it. It's like this Lakadong or something. Okay, it got the GI status. Now scientific name has been mentioned, geographical distribution have been mentioned that Andhra Pradesh is the largest producer, and I think all the facets of package of practices, that is climate and soil varieties. Yes, Lakadong. This I was talking about. Lakadong turmeric. This is of Meghalaya, I think, and it has got GI status. So very well written answer. Seed rate, time of sowing, method of sowing, fertilizer management. So all these things have been well mentioned. So you can read it if you want to. I think the structure of package of practices of all the crops are more or less same. So I think if you remember some differentiating parts, so you can easily write it. Such as you should know the varieties of all the crops. You should know some plant protection, some diseases based of all the crops, and rest of the things. If you divide in such a way that Kharif crops, Rabi crops, Jar crops, you will see that the most of the things in Kharif crop will be similar. In Rabi crop, it will be similar. So you can make a rough diagram of it so that it is easier for you to write package of practices. The next question is discuss in detail about apple scab and its management. Obviously, apple scab is a disease of apple. Its casual organism have been mentioned. Symptoms have been mentioned, and management is mentioned. Okay, symptoms that is it affects fruit. Obviously, there will be circular lesions in the fruit. Low temperature is favors its development. Management have been mentioned. How we can manage? So, vegetable sulfur can be used as chemical. The use of resistant varieties such as lava tea, cold rush, pristine. So, very well done. Now let's move to the next question. The next question is explain the mode of action of organophosphate and bacillus thuringiensis which are used in pest management. So obviously both mode of action has been mentioned, and I think I have recently made a video on it in answer writing practice series. You will find it in answer writing practice series playlist. So do refer it. There I have explained it in very easy and very well language, so you will able to explain. You will able to understand there very easily. And I think well written. You can simply pause it. If you want to read, I will say you to refer that answer video. That is very easy to understand. And you can say, well, diagrams have been mentioned, how it works, mode of action. Same for Bacillus thuringiensis also. So very well written answer. Now let's move to the next question. The next question is describe the following: NAFED, coffee board, TPDS, buffer stock operations. So there were four things to be written short note. I think student has mentioned all, and I think these types of questions are easy to handle because you have to write about 3-4 lines. I think half a page of all the things will give you will be able to for you to get good marks. I think NAFED is its functions have been mentioned. Then similarly the functions of coffee board have been mentioned. So I think well written. You can simply pause and read it. Functions of TPDS have been mentioned. Functions of buffer stock operations have been mentioned. And I think as an agriculture student, this is not that tough question to be tough question to approach. I think most of you will easily approach it. And the next question is briefly discuss the method of lawn making in India. So basically, we all know what lawn is. Okay, we see lawns in our backyards, in some grounds, fields. Methods have been mentioned. Obviously, first we will do soil preparation, then we will do grass selection. There are various grasses such as Bermuda grass, Joycia grass. So grass as per the needs we will select. Then we will do seedling, then we will do turfing. So this is very important operation when it's come to lawn operation. So here we lay the pre-grown grass on the soil. Suppose this is the soil, we will make the soil plain. Then we will bring the pre-grown grass and we will put it here, and slowly the roots will develop and it will penetrate the soil. Watering, pest attack, mowing. So all the important points have been mentioned. Turf plastering. So very well written answer. So this is today's copies, and I think you understand the various structure of the answers. You also got an idea which types of questions are asked. Okay, so that you can prepare well. So that is all for today. If you like it, please press the like button. Please do share and please do subscribe. It takes a lot of hard work to make such videos for you on regular basis, and if you like, if you share, if you subscribe, it motivates us to make more such videos for you regularly. So that is all for today. Have a nice day. Thank you.